Human Rights Act 1998 brought into force European Convention on Human Rights in the past. We are expecting then after the Brexit there might be some changes to Human Rights Act. Let's discuss impact of Human Rights Act on interpretation as long as it is in force. Section 3 of the Human Rights Act 1998 reads as follows. So far as it is possible to do so, primary and subordinate legislation must be read and given effect in a way which is compatible with the Convention rights. If it is not possible for the courts to give effect in a way which is compatible with the Convention rights, the courts may make a declaration of incompatibility in respect of the relevant legislation. The effects of Section 3 of the 1998 Act was considered in the following case. R against A, 2001. The defendant was charged with rape. In his defense, the defendant claimed that the complainant had consented to the sexual intercourse. The defendant sought leave under Section 41 of the Youth, Justice and Criminal Evidence Act 1999 to question the complainant about her sexual behavior. Section 41 sets out the circumstances in which a defendant may question the victim in the witness box. Section 41(3)(b) prohibited a defendant from questioning the victim unless the issue involved was that the victim consented to sex and the sexual behavior of the complainant to which the evidence or question relates is alleged to have taken place at or about the same time as the event, which is the subject matter of the charge against the accused. The defendant argued that Section 3 of the Human Rights Act 1998 required the court to consider Section 41 in accordance with Article 6 of the European Convention of Human Rights, and not allowing him to question the complainant deprived him of a fair trial under Article 6. The House of Lords held that Section 41 of the 1999 Act should be construed where necessary by having regard to the interpretative obligation under Section 3 of the Human Rights Act. Accordingly, the appropriate approach would be whether the evidence to be obtained by questioning the victim would be so relevant to the issue of consent that to exclude this would breach the defendant's right to fair trial under Article 6. The House held that this was not the case in this case. Remember, all cases are decided, considered, construed upon according to their particular facts. In this case, the House decided this wasn't the case. The defendant failed in this case. However, the case provides an important example of how the courts are prepared to give the legislation different meaning under the Human Rights Act 1998 from the one intended by Parliament. We are now going to discuss briefly Brexit and statutory interpretation in our next lecture.